Have you noticed that sometimes when you're reading a book, a novel, or something, and you're just in there, in the story, you just lose the count of time. You don't know how long you've been reading for, but you're just lost in the story. Your mind is visualizing everything, and you're just there. What is it called? I guess it's called being mindful. Well, let's try to understand what mindfulness is. Mindfulness, a concept that has been in India for a very, very long time. But in the Western countries, it recently became quite famous from last 2 decades. If you Google, then you will find that it's about being in the present. Being in the present with doing whatever you're doing and experiencing it, giving your 100% undivided attention to it. There are several definitions to it, and you can find your own. So, mindfulness is a concept that is, you can say, the core of meditation. The concept says that you give your attention, your focus to where you are and what you're doing. So you can be mindful of walking, you can be mindful of eating, you can be mindful of talking, you can be mindful of doing whatever task you're doing, whatever work you're undertaking, whatever you're doing. You can be mindful of that. You are breathing all the time, so you can be mindful of breathing. And when you will be mindful of breathing, when you will practice that, then you will end up being in a meditative state. That's mindfulness meditation. Quite simple, isn't it? Well, so mindfulness meditation is all about sitting in a comfortable place just and focusing on your breathing. So it's like conscious focus on your breathing. And when you start doing that, then you will experience the present, because what is happening in present is the breathing. So you're breathing in the present, that's the truth. And when you will start focusing on that, then you're not doing anything else. Then you're being mindful of one thing. And that's meditation. So you will be in the meditative state if you will continue focusing on that. So as I was saying, it's the core concept of any kind of meditation. When you are giving your undivided attention, when you're putting your mind to one thing, and when your mind is full of only one thing and that thing only, then you are mindful, and that's the time you will experience bliss. So be it anything, as I was saying, there are so many benefits of mindfulness. It has been proven that mindfulness can be very helpful with your mental problems. It can be very helpful for dealing with depression, anxiety, stress. So mindfulness is, of course, it's a magical concept. If you will just be mindful, if you'll just concentrate on one thing at a time, then it can be a relaxing exercise. So, for instance, if you like to paint, or even if you cannot paint, doesn't matter. If you're just sitting there with colors and notice everything, notice the color flowing on the sheet, notice how it's coming into life. That's being mindful, and this will become a meditation for you. So I teach my students when they are doing pranayam practices. At that time, what you're doing, you're basically just controlling your breath and how it's helping you. When you're trying to control your breath, that time you're just focusing on your breath. And when you're focusing on your breathing, at that time you're just being mindful. What does that mean? You're not letting your mind be distracted by anything else, and you're putting all your attention, all your focus on one particular thing, and that becomes meditative. People, after the whole session, they realize that they were meditating because they were not doing anything else, and that's the whole idea. So how about if you try mindfulness meditation by yourself? Well, you can do that. Just sit, close your eyes, and try to focus on your breath. Try to focus how it's going inside, how it's coming back. Try and focus and try to travel with your breath deep inside, and you will feel the difference. The more and more you will practice, the more you will be able to understand, you will be able to enjoy it. So, in mindfulness, we have this concept called mindfulness circle, where at 12 o'clock you have focused attention, and at 3 o'clock you have mind wandering, which will happen. Your mind will wander. You cannot help it. I was talking to one of the most respected Buddhist monks, and I asked him, is it really possible to not to let your mind wander around? Well, he laughed and he told me that it happens to him also. And I tell you, he was a Zen monk and then he was into Buddhism and he's been practicing for ages. So if that can happen with him, then it can happen with you, it can happen with me, and that's all right. That's the job of your mind, and mind is doing its job, and it's perfectly all right. So, and in one of the definitions, mindfulness is described as an activity where you just watch your thoughts with a lens of compassion. So you don't judge your thoughts, you don't judge, you don't be cruel about them. Let them come, let them go. It's fine. And every time I repeat this in all my videos, that your thoughts will come, just take them as the clouds. Clouds will come, clouds will go. You will stay. That's the whole idea. Don't hang on to that. Just be there and enjoy. So now you can sit in a quiet room, or you can listen to your music. How about that? Let's make it easier. You just listen to your music. Sometimes we listen to the music, we forget about the lyrics. We do not even notice what the lyrics are trying to say. There are so many hidden meanings to it sometimes, and we fail to notice that. Why? Because you're not being mindful. You were just giving attention to one thing. But when you become mindful of something, when you want to listen, get into it. Listen to each and every detail of it. Listen to each and every instrument that has been used there. The moment you will do that, you will realize that it's much more than how you were just enjoying or listening. That's mindfulness. So, mindfulness is when you are putting your focus at one place in the present and experiencing it deep down as it is. That's mindfulness. I had my first experience of mindfulness when I attended a retreat by Alan Wallace, one of the known Buddhist practitioner. It was an 8 days retreat, and we had to sit there all day, meditate, listen to lectures. Oh gosh, it was tough, but towards the end, I could Feel that my mind, which is barely here at one point, has started enjoying the present moment, has started enjoying the thoughtlessness, has started enjoying now. And as you will do that, as you will practice, you will also start loving it. After all, the life is made up of moments. Why not live each one mindfully? Whatever you're doing, be mindful, and you will fall in love with it. You will start living more. You will start experiencing life the way you should. Well, now it's my time to watch the sunset mindfully. Do subscribe, do like, and share this video. I will see you next time.